Alright guys, so my RC cars are actually very dirty right now, so before I go through and show you them, I need to clean them. So they're extremely dirty. I've put them through a lot before. I've actually cleaned them. So this is basically my first time cleaning them. I'm basically just going to take these wipes here and I'm just going to wipe them down. So hopefully that works. I'm not expecting anything to be perfect, but I hope it's good enough for the video at least. Guys, I don't know if this shows up on camera. It doesn't really, but it is actually very dirty. And this is just from one tire. Oh my gosh. Alright guys, that should do it for the front end. I'm not looking for it to be perfect. I'm not trying to also wipe off the grease on the drive shafts. I don't know if there is any. I haven't really looked into it. So if there is, I don't want to wipe off all the grease on the drive shafts. But I did up here. It actually turned out really nice, the tires. And now I just need to do the middle and the back end. This is going to be sketchy. I don't want to get the electronics wet. Guys, check that out. The drive shaft is literally coated in mud. Now guys, I know I did mention the drive shafts about I don't want to wipe off the grease, but these suspension shocks, I don't think they have oil in them, so I'm not too worried about those. Yeah, they definitely don't have oil in them, so I'm not too worried about those. So guys, now all I have to do is the plastics. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is actually pretty dusty. If you want to know where you can get this sweet sticker, it is down in the description. First link, guys, click it and you can get some of these stickers. Also guys, I would like to mention I lowered the price of the stickers. So now you can get them for a lowered price. So make sure you go get some stickers. Guys, might I mention, there's actually a thin layer of plastic on the RC car, and I put on the sticker before I actually found out that there was a thin layer of plastic. So I might have to solve that problem one of these days. Because if you notice, guys, the plastic's gonna peel off and my sticker's on the plastic. So, yeah. Alright, that should be good for Sandyland. Guys, there is the RC car. Alright guys, so now we have Drift Concept here. I'm actually kind of concerned on cleaning this one because it is actually extremely muddy, so we might actually be here for a while. So look at that, guys, how dirty this thing is. Let's get all the loose dirt off. Alright guys, so that's the best that Drift Concept's gonna get. I need to do his plastic, and then I should be done with him. But I'm not too impressed with how clean I got him. Yes, he has been used a lot, and he's gotten very muddy, clearly. So that just goes to show that he's been used a lot. So it's kind of hard to get all the mud off it. And if I really want to be here all day, I can try to get it spotless. But I know once the snow clears up, I'm gonna go right back outside. And also, it's very painful for my back to be bent over, sitting on the floor, trying to get my hands in the camera. If I could just do it behind the camera, that'd be a lot easier. But then the video wouldn't turn out that great. But it shouldn't be that hard of a job with his plastics, because they're not really as bad as Sandy's. I mean, inside needs a little bit done, but shouldn't be that hard. The plastics are actually very easy because you don't have to like reach in, try to fit the wipe in areas. So this should be pretty easy. Alright guys, so that is it for Drift Concepts plastic. What is up guys, I'm back with another video, and today, you guys have been wanting me to do a RC car review, like you want me to go over my RC cars. Well, the video I asked you guys to smash 45 likes, and well, at the time of filming this, you guys are close, so I'm basically already assuming you guys are going to get to it, so you guys are only like 10 likes away, so I'll just post this once it hits that, and I'm assuming for that to be soon. But, so I'm basically just going to go over these RC cars and tell you my review on them. Alright, so guys, we got Sandyland right here, and there's not much about this RC car. There's not really a story behind it. I had some Christmas money, and I decided to spend it on this. I got it off Amazon from this company. I believe there's another company you can get it from, but it's brushed, and I believe, yeah, I got it off Amazon for like 70, 80 bucks, something like that. It was real cheap, but I'm actually very impressed with how it is. Alright, so guys, this is it, obviously, with the plastics on. You have to have pins, obviously. It comes with pins. You just put the pins into these things, obviously. You've seen me do it. It has suspension. I was actually very shocked on how nice the suspension was. Yeah, I'm actually really happy for an $80 RC car. I mean, look at that suspension. Alright, so now taking the plastic off, you have the battery. I believe it's like a 7.4 volt. And you just plug it into here and bam, you're ready to drive. But here's the on switch. Here's the motor. It has the heat shield. Yeah, I believe that's a heat shield. I'm not a mechanic, so don't judge me. Don't judge me, guys, if I'm wrong about that heat shield thing. I'm pretty sure that's called a heat shield. I'm not a mechanic. So, the battery goes right here. Here's the motor, and then right here is the on and off switch. And here's the tires. I've actually rode this one a lot while I was modifying my Drift Concept, because I was not able to drive my Drift Concept while I was modifying it, so I'll get into that later in the video. But I drove this RC car a lot, like on the street and stuff. I rode it on concrete a lot, and as you can see, the tires started to bald actually very quickly. Yes, I was doing donuts and stuff, but the tires are, I mean, it's just crazy how much they're balding. I mean, I used to do donuts and I drifted and stuff, but yeah, I only did that for like a week. No, I only did that for like a couple days, guys, and the tires started balding. That's my only complaint. But what do you expect? It's an $80 RC car. I'm actually very impressed with it. But guys, so here you have your main drive shaft running through, and I believe it spins off something and makes these drive shafts go. And that's basically the full rundown. It's 4-wheel drive. My full review on it is I would buy it, honestly. I've had this thing for like a month now, and it hasn't broke. And if you guys watch the RC car series, I've put these things through a lot of pain. And any RC car, I would expect something to be broken by now, but it's a miracle. Nothing is broken so far in this RC car, and I'm actually very impressed. Alright guys, here's the remote for Sandyland. As you can see, it has a speed trim, so you can turn down the speed if you want to be slower. I normally just have it all the way up, but if I need to go through something pretty slowly, I just obviously turn it down. You can put it on medium. You can adjust it to whatever you want. It's just a switch. Right here you have steering trim. The only other thing I could go over is the front bumper, guys. I mean, it's just a plastic bumper, but it has taken some pain. I mean, I've rammed this thing into stuff multiple times. But, so yeah, that's the full review on Sandyland. I would give it a 10 out of 10 stars. Like I said, I've only had it for a month, but, as you guys can see, it's actually in really good condition. The only thing with it right now is it's muddy. That's the only thing wrong with it. I mean, this thing is a brushed motor, and I have gotten mud on it. I've gotten mud. I believe I've even gotten specks of mud on the electronical area right here. So, yeah, I've gotten this thing muddy. I've gotten it kind of wet. But honestly, guys, I would not recommend bringing this thing like underwater or going through a deep puddle with it. I have taken it in snow before and popped donuts in the snow. I drenched the thing, and it didn't break. Clearly, it's still working. As you guys can see, right here we have Drift Concept. I call it that because that's what it says on the side. Same with Sandyland, says Sandyland on the side, so that's just kind of what I call them. But as you can see, the plastic here, it's supposed to be a truck. It looks pretty nice. It's a 1/18 scale, just like Sandyland. And here's the plastics. Obviously, you put the plastics on by putting the pin through. So like I mentioned, guys, here's the pins. I don't like them. They can get lost. They're pretty easy to lose, guys. So always pay attention to these pins. Real quick, guys, another thing with Drift Concept is here's the other plastic I have for it. It comes with a red and a yellow. Sandyland did not come with two plastics, but if you do buy it from the other company, I do believe that you get a blue plastics, but don't quote me on it. So here it is, guys. The other plastics, it doesn't obviously come with this GoPro stuff. You haven't seen this plastics because I've been experimenting with it. I'm going to try to put a camera on the RC cars, maybe for a video. When I'm doing a video, that'll just be another camera angle. But just ignore this stuff. I'm just messing with that. But it's the same thing, but in red. And I also have Mr. Neil TV sticker on it. First link in description, guys. Alright, guys. So when we take off the plastics, you got the RC car. 7.4 volt battery, I believe. And you just turn it on by a switch up here. My only complaint with it, the instructions are not good when you get this thing. When I got it, I couldn't even program it correctly. We were trying to figure out because you had to press this button and then you had to like keep pressing the button and stuff to program it. Basically, it would go forward, but it wouldn't go reverse. And I know that people have this issue because I went on YouTube, looked up a video, and I found out how to do it. And I'm going to save you guys some time here. So what you want to do is hold the button, flip the switch, you'll go beep, 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 beep. And then once you hear it do 2 beeps, you want to click it again, and it'll do 3 beeps. And then finally, you'll be able to go forward, reverse, and brake. And guys, if you don't know what I'm saying about that whole entire switch thingy, I don't want to have to reset my RC car here at the moment. So I'll put a link in description for you guys for how to do that if you do have this RC car. So you can eventually... So hopefully that link, guys, will help you out if you do have an RC car like this. And yeah. So hopefully, guys, that link will help you out if you have Drift Concept. And yeah. Alright, guys, so here's the motor. It is brushless. You got your ESC up here, all that goodness. And you got your battery holder. It's just held in by a pin. This pin, I've not had it come out yet, but I'm not jinxing myself. It probably will happen after I said that. Now, guys, I know it's a little bit muddy. I couldn't get it fully clean. My back was hurting because I was like bent over on the floor. But here's the RC car, and guys, it is the least bit thing. From when I got it, guys, I basically, I went online. Alright, guys, so I'm going to start off with these A-arms. It does not come with the RC car. They're normally plastic. So I basically bought these things off Amazon when I was buying Sandyland. And, yeah, that... huge mistake, but I'm actually glad with the results. So, turns out that I was making a last minute decision because I had other stuff picked out, but I'm like, oh no, I'll just do these. So then I quickly bought these A-arms that I found off Amazon, and I was looking for a 1/18th RC car. Well, I found these A-arms and it said 1/18th RC car. Well, I didn't decide to read anymore because I kind of just looked at it and saw 1/18th. Buy. I didn't even look at the fact that it said that it was for a Traxxas RC car. So, already off the gate, I've already screwed up. Right off the gate, guys. So, these things get in the mail, and I didn't even realize, at this point, I didn't even realize that it was for a Traxxas RC car. So, I didn't realize, and I got these things, and I already started to take off this back part. Well, I started to take off this back right here, when in reality, all I had to do is take out these bottom screws and these back screws like this, and the back would have popped off, then I would just need to worry about this part. Well, I decided, because I didn't even know how to do it, and there was no videos online how to do it. So I was kind of just thinking in my head, I'll just wing it, and I'll somehow do it. Well, no, that's not how that turns out. I took this off. I believe I took this whole entire part off here. I believe I had the suspension off. And then the diff right here was exposed. And I had this whole entire... Basically, the whole entire back was ripped off besides the A-arms. So already at that point, I have the diff exposed. And I don't even know how this diff goes. Because once I pop this thing out, as you can see, this part is wedged in between... Sorry, the tire's in the way. This part right here is wedged in between here. Well, the diff popped out, and the gear that spins off the big gear to make these drive shafts move, basically that gear popped out, and I didn't know what to do. But that was the least of my problems. I finally put the gear on, and finally, like a day later, we put the diff back together. And at this point, the plastic A-arms were still on. We had no progress done. So, after a long time, not after a long time, after a little bit, we obviously realized the first day, quite frankly, we realized that all we had to do is just take these out. But the thing is, guys, is we weren't even worried about now taking the A-arms off, because we were more worried about getting the diff back in, and we finally wedged it under, and that was just too hard. I don't even want to talk about that. It was just way too hard. But, okay, so now we're done with that. We finally take that out. We put this thing in, because this whole thing slides right out. That took off. These parts were easy to get right off. But right here was our issue. that was an issue. So basically, I made some contraption, and I don't even know if I could explain it to you guys. I basically took this. So guys, I took this thing that the RC cars come with to take off the tires. I took this thing, and basically what I did with it was I took these little pull thingies. Those little pull thingies. I took it in, and I put it in right here. And then I did it like this. I took it, guys, and I jammed it and jammed it and jammed it. Finally, I got these things out. And I got those out, but you guys may be wondering, why didn't you just do it with a screwdriver? Well, I didn't have a screwdriver that thin. So I wasn't able to do it with a screwdriver. So I just took this thing and did that. And the first one that came out, guys, really startled me, because I wasn't expecting it to just go whoop, because I wasn't expecting that to work. So at that rate, we finally got, after all that work, we finally got this on. No, that's not how that went. Now we came into another issue. And I hope you guys learned from this. This is why you don't buy stuff that's not for your RC car. But at that time, I didn't realize that it wasn't for my RC car. I didn't look into it. So this is why you guys read the description of the product. And I'm not blasting the company for these A-arms or anything, because it was right there. It was my fault. I didn't read it. So I'm not blasting the company that made these A-arms. It's actually really nice A-arms. So basically, guys, we had the genius idea to take like big like clamp thingies, like the name's not coming to my head. I don't know the name of them. So basically, we took these like clamp thingies, and we like bam, and we finally jammed the thing in. We jammed it in that way, but then we came to another issue. We bent the A-arm. We bent it. I don't even know if you can tell on camera. It wasn't really a crazy bend. So at that point, we finally got them in. They're all in now. They're good. Whew. They're good. Wait, no, we just ran into another issue. The other issue is that the tires, since it wasn't for my RC car, me not reading, obviously, these A-arms were actually longer than the regular A-arms, than those plastic A-arms that came with the RC car. They were longer, but I never really thought of anything of it. Well, these right here, I believe these are called pull rods, and the steering, those were short. Those were still just regular. I didn't plan on buying new one of those, because I thought it'd be fine. Well, the tires were tilted because they were so short, because these were too short and this was longer. So the tires were tilted. The tires were tilted like inward. So they were like this, boom. They're tilted inward. And that just looks so gosh darn stupid. And so I didn't know it was the issue. I thought I was just going to breeze through and fix that issue. Well, no, I didn't. I finally realized I needed longer pull rods. So finally, I went on eBay. I bought these nice adjustable pull rods. So basically what you do is you spin them and stuff. So I didn't think there was going to be an issue. Finally, I got the pull rods, slapped them on. I thought I was going to be able to use my RC car. Well, turns out we ran into another issue. The steering. The steering right here was an issue because, first of all, it was the hardest thing in the world to get the steering things off right here, because the bolts were like thick and stuff, and they weren't even designed to come out. So this thing wasn't even designed to be modified. And so finally, I forgot how I even did. Oh no, I took like pliers and pulled, bam, wedged them out. I'm shocked I didn't break the plastic. So finally, I think I'm going to be able to use my RC car. Well, no, that's not the case. The screws for here only for the steering, were thicker. They were thicker than the screw. Alright guys, so sorry about that. I actually had a pause. You guys won't notice a pause, but ouch, I can't even hold this. My GoPro has died, but it hasn't actually physically died, but the battery is dead. So I have another battery for it, but I'm not gonna change it because it is like burning hot. Like I can't even actually touch it. I've never gotten it that bad before. So GoPros overheat, tends to happen. Just gotta let it cool down. So now I'm on the GoPro Hero 8. I was gonna use this camera from the start of the video, but I couldn't because the battery in the GoPro Hero 8 was almost dead. Good thing though, the battery's charged now, so it was charged for this GoPro to die, so I'm prepared. So back to the story. So the screws from the eBay one were thin, so they didn't fill up there. So it was just too loose, and it just wobbled and stuff, and it fell out. It fell out and stuff. So I had to get new screws. Well, who knew that not even Home Depot had the screws that I was looking for? I was looking to get thin screws, and my plan was I was gonna put a nut on the end right here, like I did. So basically, we looked everywhere for these screws. I swear to God, guys, we looked everywhere. We looked at Lowe's, we looked at Home Depot. None of them had it. Not even Lowe's or Home Depot had it. So basically what I did was we finally found some screws of the type that we needed, and we found a bolt for them. And so we took the long one, we just put it through, and then put the bolt on, and then bam. That's it now. So it now has, let's see, metal pull rods, and it now also has metal A-arms. So I was not planning on the pull rods, but this thing was out of commission for, let's see, it was out of commission for about a month. A month for that. So that was definitely pretty hard. I really wanted to play with this thing, but finally I got to it. And so yeah, this is basically the story of this RC car, and that was a walkthrough of my RC cars. I believe this one's 130 bucks on Amazon. It was a Christmas gift, and Sandyland, like I said, like 80 bucks. But if you're looking for a beginning RC car, I don't know, people say like go with something that doesn't go fast, but I mean, it's just an RC car. I mean, you're not like driving it on the street, you're not driving on trails, it's not some huge big machine. But I don't know, I'd recommend Sandyland, and I'd recommend this one. This one says that it goes up to 37 miles an hour. I don't know, this thing is pretty fast, so it actually might live up to what it does say, but I would put it down for maybe 35. I don't know about that whole 37 thing. I don't know. A lot of places that have this RC car actually mention that a lot of places that have this RC car say that it goes 35 miles an hour, but I don't know. It works for me. It's definitely fast, I can say. All it takes is just a little bit of weight in the back, because that GoPro thing that I was doing right here, put the GoPro up here and it would pop a wheelie. So just a little weight in the back is extremely fun, and it has the same controller as Sandyland, so it's just got loads of power, and it has oil-filled shocks, and it's just overall great quality for something that you can get at a good price, and it's not overpriced. You know, I'd expect something like this RC car to be like 250 bucks online, honestly. But no, we got for like 130, but I believe it's now at 150. So yeah, it's a good RC car. But so let me know guys what you thought of this RC car review. We had an overheated GoPro, basically. I don't know if it overheated. I just think the battery died. But, this is a GoPro Hero 7. But, so yeah, guys, we had a GoPro overheat and, did a walk through the RC cars. The only issue I'm running into this thing now, which I haven't noticed this really that much, but I turn, and if I'm doing donuts, it'll be turned. And since it's longer now, it has those shorter drive shafts. The drive shafts are what it comes with. So I'll turn, and the drive shaft will sometimes like pop out and lock up the tire and stuff. But that's no biggie because it really doesn't happen that much. I've only really had it happen like 2 or 3 times since fixing it. Well, 2 or 3 times since modding it. And, I mean, yeah, I haven't really noticed that many issues besides the tires sometimes, like, look at this, ready? Can branch off a little bit. So, I mean, other than that, I mean, there's no issues with this thing. There's nothing holding me back from not driving it. So, overall, this is a good RC car, 10 out of 10. Same with the Sandyland, 10 out of 10. They had the same bumper. I basically got Sandyland after this thing because they were basically like, they're like identical RC cars, but they're like the brothers. I mean, if you got this one, you got to get the other one. In my opinion, to me, I just want another RC car to have. It did help out once I was modifying this one because at least I had another RC car to use, but this thing's got loads of power. It is hard to control, and it will flip on you, but something this small that's this fast is amazing. It doesn't have a lot of weight to pull, but it definitely has more weight than Sandyland, so hope you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.